Hi everybody, it's Ellen Jaffe Jones with Tuesday's real estate news you can use. And what is new this week? Well, it still seems like the Upper 49 is believing that the Sunshine State has lots of magical cures for everything that ails you, as we have known for generations, or at least anyway, it feels a whole lot better in the sunshine. And sun, of course, makes your body produce vitamin D, which is good for all kinds of things, but especially keeping your immune system supercharged. Now, we really can't promote that in real estate, but just Google search that and you'll understand the kind of information I'm getting thrown at me from my clients who want to move here. And one of them, this is really interesting and new this week, and I'm so excited about this, is a client who wants to buy some agricultural land, which is very hot right now in Florida. I mean, not hot, but hot, because people want to get out of the big cities and get some elbow room and not be so cramped up and exposed to COVID and other mean, nasty things. So they have a couple of cows they want to put on their property and start a farm sanctuary. So my task this week has been researching and learning everything I can about agricultural land. And what I've learned is that, unlike my television reporting days, when at least 20 years ago there were only 5 categories in St. Louis where I worked of the way properties were zoned. It was pretty much like residential, or multiple use or commercial. I mean, it was pretty cut and dry and simple, but now there's all these different things you have to check out with the Planning and Zoning Commission before you just roll out of Kansas and then plant yourself in the middle of some property with a camper and a couple of cows, which is what they want to do. So I'm not a planning and zoning expert, so I always, one of the biggest things in real estate is learning to say, I don't know, but I'll find out, or I'll give you the number and you can call them and find out what exactly it is that you want to do and if it can be done. Because the worst thing is to sell a smoking deal of 5 acres for $35,000 and then arrive lock, stock, and barrel and realize, oops, can't do that here. So you might actually even have to get a lawyer to change the zoning categorization. So other interesting things I've learned, because they asked, does this property flood? So you go to FEMA and see what they say the FEMA designation for flooding is for that area. And then in this one case, it was categorized as a D flood zone, which means that there have been no studies done of flooding. So you can't really say, is this swampland in Florida? Is it marshland? What exactly is it? Because no study has been done by the government, or even a survey was not available. So those are the kinds of questions you have to ask. So you gotta get somebody like me to use my former investigative reporting skills to figure it all out. Another cool thing this week, oh my gosh, I will be posting this on my Facebook, the evidence of this, but it is September, in the middle of September, and since the beginning of September, I've actually been the #1 salesperson in my office. Now, some of you know I'm pretty new to being licensed in the business, although I grew up with real estate in my blood. My family of origin was very entrenched. My dad owned a lighting fixture store in St. Louis, so we used to spend our weekend time traipsing around to new home construction, and he would actually, if you can see this, he would never use a tape measure. He would measure the rooms with his feet, putting one foot in front of the other and figuring that it was about a foot or so each time he took a step. So we don't do that now, but anyway, that was our excitement. And of course, some of these homes, they would have a cutout for the stairs into the basement, and there was just an open hole. Things you could not dream of doing today, but we just went along with Dad because we wanted to hang out with him. And he was very successful, so I learned a lot from him. I've also won the Home Builders Association in St. Louis gave out an award for, we didn't call it this then, but in the 1990s, flipping a home. I was very lucky to be able to do some things to this home, and as a result, it got a Homer Award for home remodeling. So that was kind of fun. And of course, being a TV consumer investigative reporter, daily I got calls about bad contractors, bad, shoddy workmanship, and I actually won the National Press Club Award for exposing a contractor and a business that was involved in real estate fraud in Missouri back in the day. So I have an understanding of all this, and so it's been a lot of fun to be able to mainly share my love of real estate in Florida. And really the biggest motivator is that my parents, who were wintering on Siesta Key, one of the most wonderful vacation spots on the planet, let alone Florida, they rented every single year. And when I think about the money that they threw away that never went into buying a place, it just makes me a little nauseous. So but it's only money, right? Money doesn't buy happiness. However, it may make sense for people to buy things instead of renting. So I love working with people and sharing my love of this part of Florida, because it really is just friggin' amazing. Yes, we have lots of problems, but everywhere does. And we need to have people who understand the problems and are willing to do something about them. So, yeah. Very pleased to hold that #1 spot in our office of about 30 agents. So it's not something that was handed to me. I have worked hard in trying to just share my love with other people and see how we can bring our interests together. It's a very hard business in ways that I never expected, but also incredibly fun. All right, if you have any questions, comments about the state of real estate where you are, one of the things I've also read is that divided rooms are coming back. Open spaces in homes, especially new construction, not so much with COVID. I guess people just want to go into their rooms and have a little privacy while they deal with their sickness or whatever it is they're dealing with, especially in these times where people are having to be more home focused, you know, spending a lot of time with your friends and relatives in an open space if you were forced to quarantine or whatever may not be the fun you thought it might be. So that's an interesting little tip from, I've been seeing that from the National Association of Realtors right down to the local level. Again, if you got any questions about real estate, how you do it, how you get to where you are, just let me know. All right, gotta run.